Hey everybody, it's Strider 2014. I have some guests with me. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Toddy.
I'm Demogenesis.
Both of those things are not correct.
And today is 2014.
Yeah, I mean, it's close enough.
Happy Valentine's Day. Please play some Strider.
Yeah, so,
Congratulations on playing the literal best game of 2014.
oh my god, this is so good. Thank you. You gave me this for my birthday that year I lost my job. It was really good.
Yeah, I gave it. Well, okay. The technical chain of events was I gave you this as an apology for buying you Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, that's also true. That's also true. I forgot about that because I launched that game once and thought it was horrible and closed it. So
Now, if you guys look at the screen, you'll see a Strider.
yeah, that's Strider. He can do some things. He can jump. He can
you'll
swing
see
his
that when
cipher
that
around
movement
and
he's
slash
doing
shit up,
there.
and he can run.
That-
And he can climb on walls.
That back and forth movement, that's called striding.
Yeah.
This is a reimagining of a game released in like 1989, I think, for the NES.
Yeah, it was-
that was
yeah.
based off a short-running comic. The game for the NES was scrapped as a Japanese release because they thought it was terrible, but they continued to release it in the United States.
But they were right.
And Strider NES is definitely a video game. I don't know if you've ever played
Is it?
Strider NES. It's actually pretty fun to play, but it is the jankiest piece of shit on legs I've ever seen.
I was gonna say, you're being pretty generous calling it a video game.
And
fuck
then
is a video
after
game?
that,
What is it, the Sega Saturn version of 2?
No.
That's the good one, right?
Strider 2 is a PlayStation 1 game.
Oh,
and
yeah, you're right.
Strider-
PS1.
There was also the arcade Strider that was ported to the Genesis. That's my favorite one. For
Boy, this
many
is a
reasons.
shitty trap.
But
Shh, we're getting our first upgrade.
and then the guys
We
that
can slide
made
now.
Silent Hill Homecoming were like, "Hey, what if we made a good game?" And so they made this.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, whoa, 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 are you sure you guys are capable of that? And they were like, I don't know, well, what do you think about Strider? And
To
people
be
were like,
fair-
we're into the way that he jumps.
To be fair, this
Oh,
game
Lord.
was made by the same people that made Killer Instinct. So, like
for
the new
them.
Killer Instinct, not the old one.
You'll notice that Strider has hair physics now. He did not have that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Also, his scarf's a
Capcom,
laser.
get your
That's
shit
a new
together?
addition.
Yeah, his scarf's a laser, and it'll change colors eventually.
One of these
That
days.
was a bursting point by the Japanese director of this game. This game had two directors. It was one of the original designers from Capcom, who I'm pretty sure
Oh,
was the
wow.
only actual Capcom staff member working on this game, and then the Double Helix.
Wow, what a good choice.
the whole group.
Only having
it-
one Capcom employee. Wow.
If I recall correctly, the director from Double Helix that was working on this game looks like Lawrence Fishburne, but I might be thinking of a different studio.
You might be thinking of The Matrix, starring Keanu Reeves and Jon Favreau.
Oh my god, you and your Jon Favreau. Always with the
Yeah,
Jon
this-
Favreau.
If you haven't
Lawrence
played this game,
Fishburne
it
and
owns,
Robert Downey Jr.?
It's like super cheap now too, and you can get it on pretty much anything.
I believe it is
Yeah.
$15 on Steam.
You might not be
Which-
able to tell just yet, but this is like an action Metroidvania, and it's actually really good.
Yeah, dude.
So, if this game is cheap, you should buy it.
I can't get up
If
there
you
yet.
like Shadow Complex, you are going to love this game. If you like Strider, you're going to love this game.
If you like Shadow
video
Complex-
games-
If you
Okay,
like
whoa,
video
don't get
games, you should
crazy.
enjoy this game.
Some people like Candy Crush, bro. And that's it.
Okay, listen, that's not a video game. That is an
Oh
iPhone.
my god, wait. I have a great story for you guys.
Please
So I
don't.
was on a PATH train, which is like a subway for people who don't know what that is, recently, and every single train ad in the train car was for the new Candy Crush game. I'm not
Oh
joking.
my god.
There were about 30 ads, and they were all for the new Candy Crush game.
Why?
I mean,
I
having
don't know,
just
man.
been to New York and you're part of New Jersey, that whole thing is
Uh-huh.
like fucking blasted with Clash of Clans ads.
So true.
I haven't been on the path
get Clash
in
of
literal
Clans ads on
years.
TV now.
So I don't know, man.
Wow, you really need to get back into the Down, man. You've been off the path for that long.
It's true.
You should talk to Tong Fu.
We will later.
Spoilers!
About the path.
Holy shit! This is like
I was trying to
spoilers
see-
informative.
I was trying to see if there's something down
Oh,
here,
but-
and there's not, and I fell.
Oh, really? Really?
Just in case you thought I was good at video games and have not watched any of my other LPs.
So I'm
in
assuming
this
you're not
game-
going for all of the collectibles in this game, because that's actually really hard.
Not
Well,
all of
it's
them,
effort.
no. I'm gonna try and get as many as I
Just go-
can.
I would say just go for the power-ups, because that's pretty doable. The
Yeah, I
actual,
can
like,
I can
concept art
definitely
stuff,
get all the power-ups, that's not a big deal. I'll try and get as
getting
many
all
of
the
like
quick
the
power-ups.
yeah, I'll try and get as many of those
There
as
are
I can, but I'm not gonna stress it if I miss one.
Yeah, there are missable collectibles in this game, but they're incredibly optional, so don't feel too upset when you get very close to the end of the game and you have like 97% item completion, because chances are you can't get 100 by that point.
Can we all agree that the best thing about Strider Hiryu as a character, though, is the way that he jumps? Because,
Where he just
Man.
flips always.
yeah, where he just constantly
Yeah.
does Red Eagle every single time that he jumps in the air. Yeah.
Also, Strider attacks as fast as you push the button.
And
You
when
can-
he says
you
that, he
can wreck
means
the-
it. Yeah.
You can wreck the fuck out of the controller, and you just go shwing, 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 shwing. Oh,
Okay, so funny story about that. I was playing this game with a PS3 controller, which I have worn out playing this game. I had to buy an Xbox One controller to replace it. Because I want to have at least one working PS3 controller for my actual PS3.
Do
Right.
you? Do
Yeah,
you?
I do.
Just buy a PS4 controller like everybody
There is
else.
one complaint I have about this game, and that is they took away the cipher noise from every other Strider game. So
That's a shame.
if you've played
Oh,
the
yeah.
earlier Strider games, or like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, or I mean I think it's in 3 as well, when he uses the cipher, it has this massively loud and obnoxious swing noise,
You're like,
and you just spam it. You
So
spam
I'm gonna
it
talk about
over
this
and
guy
over.
and how much of a pain in the ass he is because he can teleport all up in your grill. And also, yeah,
Can't do much else.
He's-
Also,
he's
I
hard to
think
hit and
Miko
he's
shows
annoying.
it off. But I think Miko shows it off, but we got the slide a fair bit earlier, and sliding can actually be used offensively and can do a sizable amount of damage,
Yes.
which is a bit silly. But
yeah, I don't do it that much in the first half of the game because it's not like everything dies pretty quickly in the first half of the game. Also, we have the charge slash now, which means I can go through these dudes with shields.
excuse me, it's called the Charge Cipher.
Fuck you, get out of here.
Alright, later.
And we can open
Good
those
luck to
charge
you guys.
doors.
I'll see you in Strider
Hey, look.
2016.
It's this
Wow,
dude.
that guy sure teleports.
you got so lucky just by hitting him and him repeatedly teleporting in the path of your fucking attacks, like a
It's
goddamn
almost-
scrubby baby.
It's almost like these guys are supposed to be a tutorial for using charge attacks and not just matching the attack button, but hey, that can't possibly be right.
Nah, you don't need to use charge attacks on these.
You don't
guys, they
need
do
to.
the way.
But the whole point is that you only get like a couple hits on them most of the time, so you can just do one charge attack instead of a bunch of little pissant whatever attacks.
You can, if you press the button fast enough, you can get more damage.
Oh
out of
yeah?
basic attacks
Yeah,
than
if
can
you
on
press it
charge.
fast enough, yeah.
Which is why you should basically never use the charge attack aside from breaking shields.
Yeah, but look how
Meanwhile,
crazy
I'm
that
holding down the
charging
button
is.
for literal hours.
Yep.
Oh, here's a reference to a real Strider boss, except this version of the boss isn't made up of a whole bunch of Russian politicians.
Nope, it's made up of Albert Wesker.
Also, I should mention this because I don't think they actually mentioned this like anywhere in the game until later. But they mentioned that last guy. They said he was like Mayo's something or other. If you haven't played Strider, Mayo is like the bad dude, M-E-I-O, and he's like
Yeah.
kind of like Hitler a little bit.
He's a little-
Kinda, except if Hitler could throw magic fireballs at you.
Right. Well, he can't. I thought that's why we got rid of that guy.
Listen. I don't know.
Okay.
Also, this boss fight is hilariously easy.
Yep.
It's
it's-
more of a puzzle fight, but sure.
The design of it was lifted from a very similar boss in Strider 2. But the Ouroboros has been an enemy that's been in every Strider game except the NES one. Because I think a Strider for the NES had 2 bosses in total, and they just repeated them over and over again. I don't remember.
Quick,
It's been
touch
a long
the fuel. Keep touching it.
I did it. I touched the fuel.
Good job.
Okay, now it's time
Now
for
it's mad
the
at you, though.
main part of the boss fight, I guess you would say.
You'll notice that you deleted one of the fuels, and now you have to do it again. This
Meanwhile,
is
helicopter
really
turns.
radical looking.
Yeah.
This is
Right
a
now I
very,
can't
very
actually make any forward progress, so I'm just destroying stuff.
It's too windy.
Yeah, basically.
You're not gonna. Alright.
No, this boss fight's
Like,
so easy that I actually I do it super sloppily.
Sliding through the turrets makes turret die better.
I didn't even think of that.
Dig up, stupid. Also missiles.
I'll dig up wherever I damn well please, Toddleby.
Oh, this is also
Zero
probably
real
worth
name.
mentioning. Strider can slash in 8 directions, regardless of like where you are. Kind of, I think you can do that
Yeah.
on the ground too, right? You can slash down, right?
Mhm.
Down, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do dumb
You can
stuff.
slash those
like,
missiles too, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
I mean, I could, but do I want
he
to?
could, but you know, why? Yeah.
I'd
Why,
rather
why
just
slash
shoot
them when
in
you
the
can just get hit in the face? Yeah.
Why slash
Oh my
them when I
God.
could just get hit? Always.
I love the enemy's design of just covering the back of these ships with ice to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Sharp ice. Like
Yeah.
somebody had to like pour it over the same spot over and over again.
Oh, don't worry, we'll see
Water
later
just
about
going
how
like that.
horrible ice is. Don't you worry about that.
And in the background there, you'll see the villain from Resident Evil 4.
Who's also turns out to be the villain from this game. Weird, right?
Yeah, weirdly.
See y'all next
Yeah.
time.
Oh, okay.